What is the most bogus charge you've seen on a bill? Last month, I took my 8-year-old daughter to the emergency room after she fell off her bike and scraped her knee pretty badly. The wound was deep and bleeding, so I wanted to make sure it didn't need stitches. We waited 3 hours in the waiting room, watching other patients come and go. Finally, a nurse called us back to a small examination room. She took one look at my daughter's knee, grabbed a bottle of saline solution, and poured it over the scrape for maybe 10 seconds. Then she dabbed it with a paper towel, slapped a regular Band-Aid on it, and said, "You're all set. Keep it clean and dry." The whole interaction lasted less than 2 minutes. No doctor ever saw us. No stitches, no prescription, no follow-up instructions, just saline water and a Band-Aid that probably cost them 12 cents. My daughter was brave through the whole thing, and I was relieved it wasn't serious. 2 weeks later, I got a bill in the mail that made my jaw drop. They charged me $847 for emergency wound care and treatment, $847 for saline water and a Band-Aid. I called the billing department immediately, thinking it had to be a mistake. No mistake, the billing specialist told me coldly. Your daughter received emergency medical treatment. The charge covers facility usage, medical supplies, and professional nursing care. I explained that a nurse poured water on a scrape and put on a Band-Aid. That's still medical treatment, sir. The bill stands. I asked to speak to a supervisor. Same story. I asked for an itemized breakdown. They sent me a list that included $340 for emergency facility fee, $285 for wound irrigation procedure, $156 for sterile dressing application, and $66 for medical waste disposal. Medical waste disposal for one Band-Aid wrapper. I was furious, but then I had an idea. I researched the exact supplies they used and their wholesale costs. Then I drafted my own invoice and mailed it to the hospital's billing department. My bill charged them $847 for parental emergency response services. I itemized everything. $340 for immediate crisis assessment and triage decision-making, $285 for patient transport and logistics coordination, $156 for emotional support and comfort care during treatment, and $66 for post-treatment monitoring and care instructions compliance. I included a note explaining that since they considered pouring water on a scrape worth $847, my 3 hours of actual emergency response work, assessing the injury, driving to the hospital, waiting, comforting my scared daughter, and ensuring proper follow-up care was worth exactly the same amount. The hospital's legal department called within a week. The lawyer sounded annoyed. "Mr. Johnson, you can't bill a hospital for bringing your child in for treatment. This is ridiculous." I replied calmly, "You're absolutely right. It is ridiculous to charge someone $847 for 10 seconds of saline water and a Band-Aid. But if you insist that minimal effort deserves maximum payment, then my 3 hours of actual emergency care work is worth every penny of that $847. This is absurd," he said. "We'll see you in court if necessary." "Perfect," I told him. "I'll bring photos of the Band-Aid, the saline bottle, and my daughter's medical records showing no doctor ever examined her. You can explain to a judge why water and a 12-cent bandage costs more than most people's rent. I'll also bring receipts showing I can buy the exact same supplies at CVS for under $5. 3 days later, they called back. "We're prepared to reduce your bill significantly as a goodwill gesture," the lawyer said. I could hear the defeat in his voice. "There's nothing to reduce," I replied. "Drop your bill entirely, and I'll drop mine. Otherwise, we'll let a jury decide if your saline water is really worth $847. The next week, I received a letter stating my account had been adjusted to zero balance due to administrative review. My invoice was never mentioned again.